All right, let's run down the 23rd Psalm. And we're going to put an economic vantage point on it. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The Lord is the owner. Not wanting is having no desire. If you have no desires, you're automatically rich. If you want to be rich, decide to have no desire. He makes me lie down in green pastures. Green pastures, a whole field of money. If you're going to envision money, envision it in a surplus like a field, like you walking on a whole prairie of $100 bills, like money, money, money. You look at it like that. He leads me beside the still waters. What is waters? Waters are thoughts. The thoughts are not restless like big tidal waves. They're still thoughts. You got to be still minded to be rich. He restores my soul. My soul. Any type of damage that we experience in this life, physical, psychological, it will require some restoration at the soul level in order to take care of. But he, the owner, the spirit of ownership, right, restores your soul and leads you in the path of rightness. Now, the path of rightness is that sweet spot when everything is going good, is in divine flow. This is not just you making the right choice and that one thing going good based on your choice, but everything around you starts to become good. And now you start to have like these branches of a whole world opening up before you where everything just seems so right. We're talking about paths full of rightness. So that's what paths of righteousness is for his name's sake. What is his name? I am. He said what his name is going to be for all generations. Who is I? I is me. I am you. Talking about you. For your name's sake. I am. For your own sake. You get the restoration of souls. Says, yes, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. We still talking economics. The love of money is the root of all evil. And that's the wages of sin. And sin leads to death. So the idea that you're going to die and you're trying to leave money to generations of people, that whole idea like that, working, trying to survive, making it from paycheck to paycheck, week to week, all of these things have the idea of mortality, even down to a mortgage, like a mortuary, a mortgage note on a house. And this whole thing casts a whole shadow of death over the thing. And then is not only is it a shadow of death, but it's in a valley because everybody trying to climb in economics, trying to get to the top of whatever we trying to get to the top of economically. Even if we trying to tread water, we still not trying to sink. This is still what we call what? Liquid assets. So we're not even in something that's stable if we dealing with currency anyway. Because a bartering system on a true earth tone currency level would be much more personal interaction, direct goods for service with no middleman. It wouldn't be necessarily a corporation that you're a part of and playing a very small part in. No, but you would basically be getting rich and making your living, you're thriving, not just you're surviving, but you're thriving off of what you're good at. So all of these things are designed to take you out of the valley where death is casting its shadow. It don't just mean that everybody gonna die one day. Nah, being fixated upon wealth has a fixation of death attached to it, because you figure out immediately when you get that kind of money that you can only spend so much. Now you're thinking immediately about beyond your own life, that kind of money. So you're not going to fear any evil. So even when life gets backwards, you're still not going to be afraid, because that's what it is. Live backwards is evil. EVIL LIVE. LIVE is live, and then the other way is evil. So if life just turns around on you and does a 180 in the wrong direction, you're still not going to fear evil, because you know that ownership is with you, and you know that you can make the best out of a bad situation. Who's the owner? The Lord. For his name's sake. What is his name? I am. Who is I? You. Look at the words in Yahweh too. And what is it? YHWH? Try to pronounce it without the vowels. You're going to get you. Think about it very carefully too. So it says, I will fear no evil. You are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. So not just your own authority, your rod, your scepter, not just your own rule, but you got a whole staff around you. You got a faculty. You got people that you trust. You got day ones who never lied to you. They're going to bring you a sense of comfort. And then it says, you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Now, how many tables do you know that get prepared before people who are enemies of each other, if not a conference table. You know, the cherry wood type of the long conference table that be seating the whole conglomerate. Not everybody on that conglomerate agree on the same thing, but they got their money, you know, in the same pot, and they in there not as confidants, but as some sort of comrades. You know, they represent some kind of overall cause, but they really not down for each other like that, preparing a table in the presence of my enemies. Because anywhere else, you know, you could be making any kind of money in the, you know, having a table prepared in the presence of your friends and family, right? That's everybody crib. That's everybody house. But if you got enemies at your table, if a table is being prepared for you in the presence of your enemies, then you like, that's business level. You like at a conference table. You know, that's, you know, what kind of banquet, what kind of dinner is being held in your honor where even people are like going begrudgingly. They don't even like you, but they gotta go and pay tribute. That kind of money. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. You got the shine. You know what I mean? You're being looked at as an illuminated one, because oil in the head, oil on the head is highlighting that particular area. If you're highlighting the head, you're highlighting the third eye and the crown. You letting the world know that this is an awakened one. Salute. It says my cup runs over. So whatever this glow is, you got the kundalini in full, you know what I mean? In full thrall. Or whatever the word is in full bloom, full blossom. You know, it's fully arrayed. The cup is running over. You are the cup. And whatever you have to give to the world is the cup. But that's running over. So you got this. If your cup is running over, then that means you're in a position where you're still being poured into. Where whatever's pouring into you is not stopping. And you're in a position where you're being poured into endlessly. Your cup, it didn't say your cup just spilled over a little bit. No, it says your cup is running all the way over. Like all the way over. So you have enough of this to give. You're overflowing with this. So everything in your moment, everything in your life around you is pointing to this. So surely goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life. And then typically we have to do things with gratitude. We have to enforce gratitude to generate goodness and mercy type of moments. But for goodness and mercy to follow you, that means it's on autopilot. Now you're caught in a loop where things are just getting better and better. The etymology behind this is probably the word lucky or good fortune, like great fortune. This is following you now every day. There's no more good days, bad times. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. No, you're gonna be all the way up and continuing to go all the way higher. Like every day of your life. This is a position. And then it says, I'll dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Speaking of position, because that's what we mean by house in this passage. I'll dwell in the house. That's a title. The title of what? What is the Lord? The owner. What is his name? I am. Who is I? You. You will be in the position of the owner forever and ever. If what? You are led to still waters. You got to still your mind. Still your thoughts. You have to be still. The same thing Christ said to the storm. See, it doesn't matter whether or not these things are true in order for you to really glean the power out of them. The message is right there in your face in real life in every circumstance. That's the secret behind all knowledge. This thing that we're calling God, however God can be referenced on any level, God's ultimate purpose is to mean everything to everyone. And this is already true. It has always been true, and it will always be true. There's not even enough knowledge available to even try to go beyond their reality that God is already everything to everyone. But this is the truth, which makes wisdom and knowledge endless. So this was Psalm 23 in a nutshell, painted through an economic lens with a money green tint. So this is Super T Sigma, again, of Sigma Programming, and I thank you for your time and attention. You already know, reaching is teaching. Thank you for your support, your love, your comments, your subscriptions. Absolutely. Continue to vibrate high, people. Peace.